like food stamps should be mandatory for mothers that have one or more child.
Why?
Stay with me now. If we are qualified to receive a certain amount of money during tax time, as long as we don't go over that income bracket, we should qualify for food stamps every month for these children. I have 2 boys. Food hate to see them coming. When I say I stay in Walmart, Walmart need to go ahead and sponsor me. Because I be up in there every other day. I just made groceries a few days ago. I had to go back to the store today. So all I'm saying is, if we are entitled to claim our children on our income taxes every year so we can receive a little bit of extra money, I need the government to have that same energy, and I need them to give us at least $100 per child.
Why would they do that? Why would they automatically give? Why would they do that? She says food stamps should be mandatory for mothers, at least $100 a month per child. Just stop having kids outside of wedlock. That's all that it is. The people who suffer the most, aren't typically the people who champion single mothers by choice the most, right? You see all these women who claim that they don't need a man, don't need help. You see them out here bragging about how they make money, so on and so forth. But the majority of women who are single and have children are struggling and going through it. And I think it's to the point now where they don't understand the reality of what that struggle looks like without the help. And they're just now starting to realize that, especially with the potential of food stamps getting taken away. See what a few comments here, see what the people have to say. Because in short, she's pretty much saying, hey, I think every mother who has a child outside of wedlock should be taken care of by taxpayers. Top comment says, getting laid without protection doesn't qualify you to my tax money. Here's another person who says, food stamps should only be for veterans, disabled, and elderly. Here's another person who says, Uncle Sam is not the baby daddy. Another person here added, I think food stamps should be abolished. Here's another person who says, what's a churn? Another person here added, don't get pregnant. Somebody else here says, get a better job, quit munching off the government. Yeah, there are a lot of people who are sick of seeing people mooching off food stamps, especially when they're online getting caught for fraud and misusing those funds.
I'm only gonna speak on this because I'm a mom who receives food stamps, but it's so sad that y'all want to see people without so bad. They're doing that little cut to the food stamps and the Medicaid where it hasn't passed the Senate yet, but we know the whole Senate is Republican, so we already know. Let's just hope and pray that somebody in their right mind come to their senses. You feel me? But it's the fact that y'all happy about this shit. Oh, now y'all can get y'all lazy ass up and stop living off our money for free. Y'all think people who receive government assistance don't work? Y'all think we don't work? Baby, housing done went up. The cost of living done went up. The food cost done went up. Daycare done went up. We out here damn near about to lose our lives trying to hustle and get money to goddamn pay the bills. That's why we need the government assistance. The car payments done went up. Car insurance done went up. And it's gonna go up some more because tariffs. So what do y'all get? Oh, people who own government assistance are poor, they're lazy, or they don't work.
I also think a lot of this has to do with the disposition of the videos that go viral of people who are against limiting food stamps, of reducing the fraud and actually making it a bit harder for people to be able to get access, right? There's supposed to be a transitional method that you're not supposed to live on for the rest of your life. Again, when I see somebody who says, I have multiple kids and I need the help, I understand that you do need the help, but why didn't you protect yourself so that you didn't end up in that situation? What's going to happen? And trust me, a lot of people are watching, especially the younger generation. They are seeing this. As they see that daddy government isn't going to step in as your man to take care of you, they will think twice about being in that position. They will understand that struggle is imminent. And in return, the few who see what's going on, and if they're smart, will not put themselves in this position. They will get married and give their children at two-parent households because this economy was not made for single income household. And also, children were not made for single parents or a single caretaker.
Because my president is shaking the table, okay? I know, I know, I know. This is a good thing. This is a good thing. There are a lot of people who are able to work that are receiving a crazy amount of food stamps right now, okay? And let's just say that's not fair, okay? It's not fair. If we have to go out here and work and we're able-bodied citizens, you should have to work as well, okay? No, Trump is not trying to hurt you, okay? He's just trying to make you more independent. He's just trying to make you go out here and get it, okay? Without having to depend on the government. We spend too much, as you can see. We spend too much. This is ridiculous. In 2022, almost like $150 billion on food stamps.
That's crazy.
It's declined a little bit, but still, this is ridiculous. And let's just be honest, everybody that's on food stamps are not hurting. Like, they're not in a horrible position, okay? People have been just continuing to have kids and kids and kids. What about us? What about us that don't have kids? Okay? That's like, no. Just because you have kids does not mean that you can just sit here and just take from the government. The government could just provide for you. And then everybody else who don't have kids, we got to sit here. We got to actually work. No. This is a great thing.
All right. So there's definitely a political divide here when it comes to this particular topic. At the end of the day, I do think that there is probably a ridiculous amount of fraud and misuse when it comes to the SNAP program. And again, you've already seen people who are getting taken to jail. You've already seen people who are facing consequences, especially for a while there. People thought they could get online while people were complaining about the rise of grocery prices and this and that. People were actually bragging about how much they were getting in food stamps, like showing it to the faces of people. And to me, I'm like, don't you understand that what you're getting is thanks to taxpayers? Listen, of course, I'm curious to know what you guys think. Comment down below. Moving on.
Yesterday, I made a video about how I'm concerned that cutting SNAP benefits is going to hurt single mothers. I had to take the video down because the comment section got so terrible that I couldn't handle watching women being mean to women. I'm not here to rage bait. I'm not here to just get clicks. I'm here to honestly have a discussion, a respectful discussion. In the video, I talked about my own personal struggles as a single mother when my children were young. I did life right. I graduated high school, went to college, got a degree, then went to trade school. I had a bunch of money in the bank. I opened a business. I met a nice guy. I got married. Then I had a baby. And then boom, my life fell apart because my husband left me unexpectedly. And so, without going into detail, I would like to challenge you as to why you wouldn't want to help a single mother if, 1, she's leaving an abusive relationship, 2, a woman whose husband leaves her and doesn't pay the bills and doesn't help pay for the children, 3, a woman who has an amazing career but gets laid off and can't find work that pays more than what daycare is going to cost, 4, a single mother with a disabled child. Or what about the woman who gets a divorce and there's a court order where she's supposed to get alimony and he's supposed to pay half the debt and she's supposed to get child support. But guess what? Her ex-husband doesn't actually follow the law and pay the bills. Any woman that needed help because she did not have a village to lean on, including her family, her friends, because of whatever reason. And lastly, what about a woman who never had a job, who got married young, got married to a guy with a big career? She did everything for him and everything for the kids, and then boom, out of nowhere, he leaves her. He doesn't pay child support, he doesn't pay alimony, and he's got a whole new life. And guess what? He's really good at hiding his money. All these scenarios might sound ridiculous, but these are real life scenarios of women that have children that need help from everybody, including the government at times. Why would we want to cut SNAP benefits to these women? Why? Not all single mothers are losers. Single mothers are warriors. Single mothers don't want to ask for help. And a lot of times, single mothers are taking on more than they can even handle because they're helping everybody else. For the people that got horrific in my comment section, I really hope you never struggle in your life. There is no shame in asking for help. Nobody said that anybody should live off of the government. But if somebody needs a safety net and 1 year of help so that they can get on their feet, get their family together, you know, get out of an abusive relationship, then we should help them. What is the matter with that? Where is the shame in helping people so they can make their life better? The whole point of making the video that I made yesterday is that it's not a bunch of illegal immigrants on Snap. There's people that look just like me that need help sometimes too.